Every single product on the shelf, every ad you see, it's all the final chapter of a story. A mystery story, really. The mystery of what you, the customer, actually want. And today, we're going behind the scenes with the corporate detectives who solved those mysteries.
Okay, seriously, have you ever been scrolling on your phone and an ad pops up for something you were just talking about? It's kind of creepy, right? It feels like they're reading your mind. And, well, in a way, they are. But it's not magic. It's a science. It's high-stakes detective work.
And this right here is our lead detective, marketing research. That's the official name for the whole investigation. And look at those words: systematic, design, collection, analysis. This isn't about guessing. It's a formal process for gathering clues and analyzing the evidence to crack a very specific business problem.
All right, so for this explainer, we're opening up the case file. We're going to meet our corporate detective, walk through their 6-step investigation, peek inside their toolkit, and then see how it all comes together to crack the case. First up, the corporate detective. And it's such a perfect way to think about it, because truly, every great product you've ever used started out by solving a mystery about a customer. Think about it. Companies that just guess what you want, they're the ones that fail. The real winners are the ones who dig for actual evidence. They need to get what we call marketing insights, which is just a deep, genuine understanding of not just what you buy, but the why behind it.
So, how does this investigation actually happen? Well, any good detective follows a process, right? A trusted procedure. In the world of marketing, that's the 6-step investigation. It's the official playbook for getting from a confusing problem to a clear answer.
And here it is, the whole case board laid out. It all kicks off with defining the problem. What are we even trying to figure out? Then you build a plan, go out and collect the clues, analyze them for patterns, present what you found, and finally, you make the big decision. And I gotta tell you, that first step is everything. It's like the old saying goes, a problem well defined is half solved. If you ask the wrong question, or if you're too vague, you're just gonna end up with a mountain of useless information. Get that first step right, and the whole investigation is on the right track. Okay, so our detective has their mission. Now they need to actually go out and gather evidence. So let's open up their bag of tricks and take a look inside the toolkit. Now, the very first thing they'll do is check the archives. This is what we call secondary data. It's like digging through old case files, information that someone else already collected. But a lot of the time, that's not enough. That's when they have to hit the streets to gather primary data. Fresh, new clues collected specifically for the mystery they're trying to solve right now. And wow, there are a ton of ways to get these fresh clues. They can just watch people, that's observational research. They can get a group together for a discussion in a focus group. They can ask thousands of people questions in a survey. They can analyze behavioral data, that's kind of like the digital trail you leave online. Or they can even run experiments, like testing 2 versions of a website to see which one people like more. One of the most classic tools is the survey. You can think of this as a formal interrogation. You're asking a whole bunch of people very direct, specific questions. Which of these features do you like best? How much would you pay for this? It's straight to the point. But here's the thing. Sometimes what people say isn't what they actually do. And that's where the stakeout comes in. Observational research lets detectives see genuine, unfiltered reactions. It's about capturing what people do when they don't think anyone is looking. It reveals the truth that direct questions just can't. So, once all this evidence is collected, the surveys, the observations, the data, it's time to connect the dots. Modern marketing detectives use these really powerful dashboards to see all the clues in one place. This is how they spot the patterns and start to see the story the data is trying to tell them. Which brings us to the grand finale, cracking the case. This is that aha moment where all that hard work pays off and a huge pile of clues turns into a confident, winning business decision. And just to give you a sense of scale here, this is a massive operation. You might only be able to name, 7 or 8 of these detective agencies? But there are actually thousands of them in the US alone. It is a huge industry completely dedicated to figuring us out. So what does a solved case actually look like in the real world? Well, it looks like this. A shelf full of products that somehow seem to perfectly meet a bunch of different needs. Pantene didn't just guess that some people want smooth and sleek while others need repair and protect. No, they investigated. They gathered the clues and they delivered the solution. And that, right there, is the ultimate secret.
The goal isn't just to collect data. Anyone can do that. The goal is to find the insight hiding inside that data. It's about figuring out the why behind the what. That's the real detective work. So, the next time you're at the store and you see a new snack on the shelf or a new car model drives by, don't just see a product. See the end of a long and complicated detective story and just ask yourself, what mystery about me or people like me did they have to solve to put this here?